Hi there, welcome along to the evening show. On the programme this evening, we'll be joined by two of the stars of the Irish cricket team, talking about that great World Cup performance and what the future holds for Irish cricket. Also, the sky's the limit, as our old mate David Moore from Astronomy Ireland joins us. Lots to come on the evening show. Now, you're very welcome back to the evening show as we head into the world of astronomy and space with our good old friend David Moore from Astronomy Ireland. Very welcome as always, sir.
Thank you very much.
As you take us to the planets.
Yep.
The first thing we're going to look at is the sun show.
Yes, there's lots of things to see of next few weeks, sun, moon and planets. The sun is something that people don't look at with telescopes because it's so dangerous, and that's the first message about this particular sun show we're running is don't look at the sun yourself. You can not only blind yourself, but you can damage any equipment you're using, binoculars or telescopes. So what we do is we have special telescopes that we put very special filters in front of. And they stop any bright light getting into the telescope to begin with. They only let through about 100,000th of the light. And as long as they're securely fitted to the telescopes, then that means you can look through the telescope and you can see the sunspots. And the sun is a ball about 1,000,000 times the size of the Earth. And there are huge storms raging on its surface. The surface is hotter than a welding torch. But you can't see these normally. And occasionally the magnetic fields stop hot material from bubbling up from below. There's a reactor at the centre of the sun. That's what's giving it its light. And these cool down these areas. You get sunspots that change from day to day. Okay. So we'll be able to show people this Saturday, in fact every Saturday for the next few weeks, the sun from 1 o'clock on at our own telescope shop, which is in Artane. It's all on our website, astronomy.ie, if you want to find a map to get it. Or if you do have a telescope, you want to get one of those filters, do contact Astronomy Ireland. And if you're in any doubt at all about running your own sun show, don't until you talk to us first.
Don't look at the sun with a naked telescope.
No, the number of sunspots is building. That's why we're doing it this year rather than in the past. The sun goes through an 11-year cycle where the number of sunspots increases to a maximum, which is expected to be the year after next. So we're pretty close to the maximum now over an 11-year period. But over the last few years, we've been used to spotless suns for many months on end, which have been very boring. But at last, we got big sunspots. And these spots are bigger than the Earth. So there are major events in the solar system that go unnoticed normally.
Okay, no spots on the moon, but maybe some cheese. What are we going to be looking at?
Well, last month we ran moon watches all around the country. And this time, around spring is a good time to see the moon when it's in the evening sky. And this time we're not going to run specific events, but we are going to help people to view the moon themselves. First of all, you can see it with the naked eye. And from about April 9th to 19th is the best time to watch the moon. But if you've got your own telescope, I think we have some pictures showing close-up images of the craters, and you can see right into the craters with a reasonable quality telescope and see the individual mountains inside the craters. It's a fascinating sight. We've 11 nights to do it, and on our website there's going to be a guide to how to view the moon and what you should expect to see. And if you're having any trouble, you can also call Astronomy Ireland and we'll give you more advice on how to get the best out of your telescope for those 11 days when everyone can do a moon watch in their own backyard. It's absolutely fascinating. I think I've been looking at the moon for decades through telescopes, and every time it's out and there's a telescope handy, you are just still enthralled after all that time. There's so much to see.
Is there anything up there that we sent up that you can see?
No. Recently, a spacecraft that's orbiting the moon has been able to photograph the landing sites of the Apollo. There were 6 missions that went to the moon and landed on the surface. 2 people per mission, so there are 12 people who walked on the surface of the moon. Not all still alive, unfortunately. It was 1969 to 1972. But even the Hubble Space Telescope can't see the actual landing craft. The moon is over 2,000 miles across and 240,000 miles away. So even a €2 billion space telescope can't see the inside, or as detailed as small as man-made craft on the moon.
There is a fascinating public lecture coming up about the collider. Tell us about that.
There certainly is. I mean, a lot of people have probably heard about this Large Hadron Collider, the latest big science experiment that no doubt countless Nobel Prizes are going to come from, like they did the last time. It's costing about €8 billion. Over 30 countries are contributing to it because no one country can afford it on its own. It's been built on the France-Swiss border. It's called CERN, the Centre for European Nuclear Research. And the whole idea is to smash particles together at such intense speeds that you'll recreate temperatures and pressures that existed in the Big Bang when the universe was formed. And the whole idea is to see what's inside all these particles. And it's probably like trying to figure out how a car works by crashing two of them together and looking at all the bits that are left over. That's the only real way we can do it. But the facts and figures behind it are amazing. Thousands of the world's best scientists, as at 8 billion euros, there'll be temperatures of 2 trillion degrees centigrade produced inside it. And they hope to find the God particle. This is the particle that explains why matter exists in the universe, how it can exist. It fits into the theories that explain the Big Bang and how everything seems to have come to be. There's one particle missing, the Higgs particle. And if it's there, first of all, a guaranteed Nobel Prize, and it'll be a major discovery that confirms the latest theory we have about how the universe works. That's why there's so much effort being put into it. The results are already coming out and they're ramping up the speed. And there's an Irishman in charge of it all, Dr. Stephen Myers from Belfast. He's actually in charge of all the accelerators. It's a 27-kilometre long track that these particles go around. And he'll be giving a public lecture on April the 11th in Trinity College Dublin that Astronomy Ireland is organising. Everyone's welcome to come. We've booked the biggest theatre there. We've had talks about this before and they've been extremely popular. And he'll explain not only what the experiment is doing, but why it hopes to solve these big questions.
I mean, everybody's besotted by this, really, aren't they? You know.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, we all want to know, you know, why is the universe here? How can we explain what's going on? Yeah. I mean, in the last century or so, we've come from having just barely found things like atoms, to going right inside atoms and finding individual particles that make those up, to explaining they're protons mostly, to explain what makes up protons. And now we think we know there's a zoo of about 16 particles or entities in the universe that explain how we can make everything. You, me, this theatre, the planets, the entire universe, even the space between the universe can explain the Big Bang. It links to everything that Einstein and everybody else has done. It's the pinnacle of human investigation into the universe that created us all. Absolutely fascinating stuff.
And looking out towards the sky again, there's a Saturn watch coming up as well, isn't there?
Yeah. Now, we mentioned a sun watch, which is only in Dublin. We've mentioned a moon watch, which you do in your own backyard. But this is one of our big events that Astronomy Ireland is known for. We're going to get members of the society who have decent telescopes all across the country to set them up to view the planet Saturn. This month, April, it's just come into its closest position to the Earth, so it's the best time to watch it from now actually until August. And this is our first big Saturn watch. And if you look into a powerful telescope at Saturn, it's absolutely amazing. You will see the planets. I think we have a picture of that, and the rings. And there's actually a huge storm raging on Saturn. Now, it's not easy to see. This is a spacecraft picture we have, but we might be able to see it on the night. But the rings and the moons going around the planet, which you can see through a telescope with your eyes, are absolutely spectacular. And at these watches, apart from everyone going ooh and ah when they look into the telescope, they say things like, they don't believe it. They think we have a projector inside the telescope, because up in the sky all you can see is a reasonable looking star that's not very impressive. It's over 1 billion kilometres away. But to see it close up in a powerful telescope is one of those things to do before you die. And April the 15th is the night to do it. There's more details of where all the venues are around the country on our website, astronomy.ie. I'll be at the big watch in Dublin, which is at the Papal Cross in the car park there. Starts at 9 o'clock, just as it's getting dark. And we'll be there for at least an hour to show people an absolutely amazing sight.
Brilliant, exciting and enticing as always, David. Thank you very much indeed. Now, Space Station, just finally, we're running out of time, but there is a text service to steer us towards Space Station.
There is. April 19th to May the 1st, we can see the Space Station flying over. If you text the word space to 57003, every day we'll send you the exact time to watch and any other interesting information, including a space chase. If they launch the shuttle on time, we'll get to see it chase the space station across the sky.
Great. And the magazine is going strong.
It is indeed. That's the April issue out already.
Excellent.
And you can get that on our website, astronomy.ie. But for free, you can also sign up as a friend of Astronomy Ireland. That'll put you on our mailing list, and twice a week we'll tell you everything you need to know.
And you get free socks like yours. Just show us those socks there. Go on. Put them up there.
I'm afraid they're rather special socks.
Stars and stripes. Ascending stars.
But maybe we should be selling them.
Free. Absolutely. Thanks for coming in. It's great to talk to you as always. That's
My
it
pleasure.
for tonight. Join Olive and her guests tomorrow. See you soon on The Evening Show.